Actually, it was quite a long time ago, more than 25 years, I guess. I was student in University of Plovdiv, and also I had a part-time job in the Open Society Foundation. So at that very shady years for Bulgaria, the mentoring program Big Brothers Big Sisters was introduced from some experts from Open Society New York to the place where I have been working. So actually this was my first touch with mentoring, and I would never ever believe that it will become my long life adventure. As I have mentioned, I come from Bulgaria, and the environment around volunteering and around mentoring is quite different than the infrastructure in Western countries and Western Europe. So I would say that when I started in the field, it was absolutely unfamiliar to people because Bulgaria is a post-communist country, and actually for a very long time volunteering has a very negative meaning, and people really were quite not great and not so open to such experience, and mentoring was also something very unfamiliar for society 25 years ago. Now I see slight changes. I think that we are moving in the right direction, despite, of course, we would like to things to happen faster. It's not easy because first of all we had to change the whole mindset of people, and then starting delivering really professional mentoring programs. So I see a great change, and I'm sure this is the right direction. Every day is a life-changing experience, to be honest, because I meet with a lot of children who really need support. I meet with a lot of very motivated young people who are willing to help these children. So every single day I see positive examples around me, especially in our mentoring program, because generally we work with disadvantaged kids and teenagers. So I couldn't really mention only one life-changing experience because, as I said, all this mentoring field is very inspiring to me, and despite I have been in the field for more than, as I said, 25 years, I've never got bored, and all the time I'm getting impressed by the achievements of mentoring and the achievements of matches. I mean, so many lives have been changed through these years that that this really keeps me going. Tell you one story which I think is very touching. Actually, probably 6 or 7 years ago, one girl from Macedonia came to the program to be trained for a mentor. Bulgaria and Macedonia have very complicated relationships, and actually the girl was first year student in the university, and she became to become a mentor, but at the beginning she shared that she's coming basically to help herself, not so much somebody else, but help herself integrate better in the university, find more friends, and feel more accepted in the Bulgarian environment. So she has been trained, she became a mentor, she was matched with one child who was at that age 9 years old. The girl had some problems in integrating in the school. Her parents were shortly divorced. So actually they started their relationship in the normal way, I would say. Of course, there were some ups and some downs in the mentoring relationships, and they stayed together for, I guess, 2 years, which is the normal duration of one magic relationship in our program. And after that, the mentor, this girl from Macedonia, remained in our association, but not as a mentor anymore, but she was helping with other stuff as a volunteer, later on as a specialist, because she graduated from psychology. And probably 6 or 7 years later on, the mentor was getting, this girl, the mentor, was getting married to a Bulgarian guy, and I was invited to this wedding. So at the table, I was sitting with some other people and with one lady and a younger girl. And I didn't recognize that the girl was her mentee who was there with her mother. But obviously the mother recognized me. And she started to explain to me how great impact this mentoring relationship had over her daughter, and that she could never graduate from school if it wasn't her mentor Ivana, and how grateful she was for all these years through which they kept in contact without us knowing this, because when the one match is closed, it goes out of the program or goes out of the observation of the mentoring program. So they stayed together and stayed friends for quite longer than I was expecting. So it was really great to see this grown-up girl who was already in university, studying medicine, getting very well in life with the support of her mentor. And some other very fun fact is that both already the mentee also got married, and both of them got children, baby boys. I mean, the mentor and the mentor, with a difference of couple of days. So now we have babies who are let's say hopefully new members of our program. But I think this is a very interesting story, I would say. Interesting question. Of course, it requires very long answer, because from my point of view, it's difficult to say what's the field of mentoring in Europe, because there are very big differences between mentoring in the different countries. Initially, this idea came from the States, and a lot of Western European countries are copying the American model in mentoring. But of course, it needs to be very good adapted in the local context. As I mentioned a couple of times, mentoring in Eastern Europe is quite different than mentoring in Central and especially Western Europe. So talking about the European context, I think we are at a very special moment, because we are seeing that this term mentoring becomes more and more popular, and it's already in the language of politicians, which has never been this way before. And I see great interest towards mentoring from European institutions and policymakers, but it doesn't mean, unfortunately, that in each country it reached to the level which could be promoted the right way, and in which the politicians can be equally involved. So in our country, still we are at the very beginning of everything. As I said, there is change, there is positive, there are positive signs for the development of mentoring. I see more and more young people interested to be mentors. Of course, there have always been children, teenagers who need support, who need encouragement. Unfortunately, it's not in the political agenda in our country, but because I'm a member of advocacy committee of Mentoring Europe, I would say that on European level, the situation is quite positive, and probably this is the momentum This year, it's European Year of Skills. Politicians are paying a lot of attention to development of non-formal skills among young people. It's very much connected with the field of education, the field of social affairs. So I think that all practitioners in the field of mentoring around Europe should take advantage of this political interest in the moment. So if I can summarize, for me it's much easier to do lobbying and advocacy on European level than on local level in Bulgaria, unfortunately. I could just tell them, give it a try, give it a try. It doesn't hurt. Sometimes it's challenging, sometimes it's difficult, but at the end you feel absolutely happy, enriched, and satisfied. Probably mentoring is not for everyone. Absolutely, I'm sure about that. But everyone should try.
And do you think that everyone can be a mentor, or is it just some people who have the qualities?
I think that everyone could be a mentor with the right support. I don't believe in this, how to say, chaotic volunteering or volunteering without any supervision and support. So I think that that everyone has inside some sparkle, which can make him or her a good mentor, but the training, the supervision, the support of organization or other people in the field is very important for every person to become one. That's my opinion.
Thank you.